Yes, people. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to United Team Talk. And
Back.
we are back. What's this guy? You're just spoiling the intro, fam. Obviously, we're back to the elite European competition. You know where it is. Da-da-da-da! Hey, we are in the quarterfinals as Manchester United traveling to Spain to take on Granada in the quarterfinal first leg. I'm here with the bros. How you lot doing?
Just go on.
We're doing good, man. Obviously, big game today. Bayern Munich versus
We're,
PSG.
we're talking about this guy, bro. We're talking about our game. Obviously, we'll talk about the Champions League
Feeling?
another time, bro.
Said, how are you feeling?
How you feeling about the? You know what, Jax? Welcome to the show.
Now, I think he's trying to say you asked him how you feeling today, and he said
All
because
right,
he's
so
looking forward to
cool. Yeah,
that game.
there's great games today, and obviously we'll touch on that. But obviously, the main topic for today is United in the quarterfinals, first leg. I mean, Oli, the team, the players. This is another chance to progress to another semi-final.
Good.
But we'll see. We'll see if the boys will do it. On the agenda today, the topics we've got is Henderson versus De Gea, because I think that's a huge talking point right now. I think that's everyone's been talking about who's going to start and who's the number one. We'll also be talking about Rashford. Do we rest him or do we risk him? I heard he's traveling with the squad, so we don't know if he's going to start or we save him for Tottenham on Sunday. And obviously, we're going to talk about do we rotate the team or do we go strong, because we got a game against Spurs on Sunday. Like I said, this is the quarterfinal. We'll see how the boys approach, or what do you guys think about like, do we go strong or rotate? But we'll get into that. So guys, like I said before we start every time, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, and we're gonna get straight into it. Okay, quarterfinal boys. How are we feeling? How are you feeling about this game? I know it's Granada. If you guys ain't seen the reaction of the draw, obviously me and Jesse did the live reaction to the draw, and you can see by my face, I was ecstatic that we got them. But now it's here. It's a bit not nervous, but this team, man, you don't know what team's gonna turn up. So, Jax, I'll go to you first. How are you feeling about this game tomorrow evening?
Confident. I'm pretty confident. I'm confident we'll go through with the tie. But whether we will win tomorrow or not, that's that's in the air with this team. But over 2 legs, I fancy Manchester United to beat Granada. That's where my confidence lies.
That's right, Jesse. You're laughing there, drinking your water. What are you feeling about tomorrow, man? Are you confident, or is it just one of those games? Say that again.
Lose.
What? We think we're gonna lose?
I'm welcome. Now, obviously, you never know with this team. We'll probably make it such a hard game. I think we'll probably just nick it with a 1-0 or 2-0. I don't know about Granada, first things first. So
Yeah, I'm gonna give you some stats about them shortly, but yeah, go on.
they're probably gonna come. Well, they're at home. They shouldn't sit back, but I'm guessing they'll sit back, and it'll be a game where we're going to struggle to break them down. But in the end, we'll finally break it down. So that's how I think the game's gonna go. But if we do score an early goal, I think we'll smack them like 3-0. That's how Man United usually smack teams anyway.
Yeah. So speaking of our opponents tomorrow night, Granada are currently sitting ninth in the La Liga table. Their last 3 games, they've lost all 3. They got Roberto Soldado, if you guys remember him from,
of course,
his
Madrid.
No, he
And
played
Soldado, the player from
Yeah,
Tottenham.
Soldado, yeah, the Tottenham,
Oh.
yeah, the striker. I think he played for Valencia before, but yeah, he's back there. You got is it Kennedy from Chelsea? I think he's on loan.
Yeah.
On loan there. And yeah, man, ninth in the table. I mean, I know that sounds, the ninth. We should be that should be a easy tie. But they did knock out Napoli in this competition, and they did knock out Molde. So these men, they deserve to be where they are in the quarterfinals. So just gonna jump into the first topic, which is the big talking point amongst United fans right now. De Gea or Henderson, because right now it looks like Henderson's the number one. But for me, that Brighton game, when Henderson was given the shirt, I thought, all right, cool, he's the number one. But now we're in Europa League, I want to know who's the cup goalkeeper and who's the number one. I'm still not sure. So Jesse, gonna go to you first. Who's your number one, and how do you feel like who's in goal for you tomorrow, and yeah, who's number one going forward?
From past experiences, well, I don't want it to be a thing where we bring back De Gea and he's gonna start making mistakes. Like I could fully see it during like it's coming to the end of the season. I can see it happening. So Dean Henderson's always been my first choice because he hasn't been really given enough chances in the Premier League since De Gea has been he had his baby and that. Dean Henderson's been very good. He was part of those clean sheets he was getting as well. And yeah, he's been good. And he's my first choice.
So you're starting him. You're starting him tomorrow, Matt. You're starting him tomorrow.
Yeah. He's first, and he's a Europa League keeper now. He plays all Europa League.
Yeah, but that's what I said. It's kind of flips now that he's our Premier League. Does De Gea come in for this game? Because you say you're starting him, that means De Gea ain't ever gonna play the rest of the season.
True, it's true. It's true. Yeah. To be honest, I played De Gea in the Premier League. I feel like Europa League.
You'll play him in the Premier League.
Really?
Do you know what it is? Let me buy it.
Jackson,
right now.
He's talking to me. Let me finish.
Okay, sorry, Sunshine.
Sunshine.
Go on.
I say that is because I feel like we secured top 4 in it. So I feel like De Gea can just play out these last 7-8 games we got, and Europa League. Dean Henderson's been Europa League keeper anyway, so he might as well just finish the tournament by playing Dean Henderson in Europa League.
So, Jax, what's your thoughts?
That's what I was going to say. So Jesse said my point. I think most of what I'm probably going to say today refines or is around the fact that our priority now is the Europa League. I think top 4 secured. So, whether we play a strong squad and that kind of stuff, we'll talk about it in a minute. All of that goes towards Europa. I think Europa is the most important thing right now.
Really? Because I know we're
top 4 secured.
Yeah, but we got some big games. We got Spurs on Sunday. For me, we need to avenge that 6-1 because that was a low point in the season.
For what reason? For
just like top 4 is
good,
secured, but I want to finish second.
Well, it's opportunity cost, right? It's either you go for one or the other. Do you go for Tottenham and feel good just because you won the game, or do you go for Europa, an opportunity to win the league? To win a cup.
We need momentum. Like for me, the league, I want to finish strong. I don't want to just focus on Europa now. Like we need to keep the wins.
But if you had to pick one, that's what it comes down to. Obviously, you want to try to do well in both.
Yeah.
But if you had to pick one, you're going to play your strongest team right now.
So are we all just done with there, or is it like
I've been done with there?
Yeah, but the talk is he might be off this summer, and
I hope he's off this summer.
Yeah, but then that leaves Dean Henderson, and then the number 2 Romero looks like he will leave as well, and then Lee Grant it's another problem we'll have in the summer where we need to go and get another backup keeper. Like
is Romero and De Gea both?
Romero
definitely.
Yeah, Romero ain't staying. Like, we treated him so bad that I feel sorry for him.
You know what? He's at the club still,
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, man.
That's disrespectful, but it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, so Jax, who you starting in goal like for tomorrow?
Henderson.
Wow.
Actually, no. Let me change that.
There's Granada. I know, but
it's Granada. So I want to play, and it's Spanish, and they're not really. I'm trying to marry the De Gea's weaknesses to the team, and De Gea's weaknesses usually against teams that are going to be, taking advantage of set pieces and that kind of stuff. And I don't think Granada are that team. I don't know, but I don't think Granada are that team. So I guess that's okay for De Gea. But generally speaking, my number 1 keeper is Henderson. So I'll play Henderson in the competition, which I think is more important right now.
Yeah, it's a tough one because even tomorrow when that team news comes out, we see De Gea. It still doesn't answer like who's number one because then we'll be thinking, okay, De Gea's back in. Then Sunday we don't know who's gonna get the shot again.
If De Gea is back in against Granada and Henderson plays against Tottenham, I think that answers the question.
I'm talking about tomorrow though. Whoever plays, if Henderson gets picked, then that just kills it for me. If Henderson plays tomorrow as well, I think
you think that's the end of De Gea?
Yeah,
potentially.
I'm a bit scared though.
Unless De Gea plays against Tottenham, which I'll be pretty annoyed to see that, but I can see that happening as well.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You know this Henderson thing, I get it, like him being the number one, but like Rick said, obviously he couldn't join us today. Is Henderson like if De Gea goes, I know he's been making mistakes, but is Henderson ready to be that keeper that we need?
You would never know unless you give him the opportunity. De Gea wasn't ready when we first bought him.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't want to go through that whole, unless we're going to get someone who's already established, and who is that? And I think Henderson is good enough.
Yeah, I was on another stream yesterday. They were talking about Donnarumma for AC Milan. His contract's running out this summer. So
bring him in then.
Yeah, but what, to play number one or
listen? What? Like, I guess the way Man United have been structuring goalkeepers is you do have a number one, but you almost got a cup keeper, and then you've got a league keeper. If a keeper's happy to be a cup keeper, then I think that's a great opportunity to play. But I think Man United need to kind of give him that promise to say, you are the cup keeper. And I think that's honourable. Just say you're the cup keeper from the beginning to the end. And that's the only way you can get two quality goalkeepers in, I think.
Yeah, go on, Jesse, you were saying?
That's why with that. He signed a 6-year contract now.
Yeah.
So he doesn't just sign no 6-year contract to be a cup keeper. So I personally think he's ready. Why not? He's had the experience from Sheffield United. He just came to the team just now. He's done decent. Not that much mistakes. So yeah, to me,
I think it's perfectly fine for Premier League.
I don't think I don't think our problem is even goalkeeper really. Because Dean, he comes out for he's like a super keeper as well. He'll come up for corners.
Yeah.
Staying unlike De Gea. He just needs a chance and he needs that confidence. When you're not playing games, you don't have confidence. You get what I'm saying?
For me, I would like De Gea to stay at least one more year, like for him to.
I
think that's perfect if he's going to be a cup keeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends. It depends what his mindset, because I think he has to stay on fight, man. You can't just give up. But yeah, Henderson's got I'm off. Like, stay one more year and see. Obviously, I think Henderson will start as the number one in the new season. Stay and see if you can dislodge him, because De Gea, he's 30.
Jerry, he's not going to dislodge him.
No, but I think if Henderson starts messing up, like, we don't know if Henderson can hack this United number one Champions League. Like,
but you can hack a 6-year contract. That's the issue. That's what it comes down to. If you had like a 2-3-year contract, then absolutely. Yeah, I'm trying to position myself in De Gea's feet to make an informed decision. If I'm De Gea and I'm 30, and I still have like about 5 years, I think keepers can go up to like 35.
Yeah.
And then I look at this Henderson, who's what, 22, 24?
No, he's like 24,
24, yeah. So he's not that young. Yeah. So he's actually getting to that stage of his career where it's time to be the number one.
Yeah.
And he's just signed a 6-year contract. The chances of me doing kind of kicking him out are really slim. It's like you have to bank on him making a mistake, and it's not every keeper that's going to make a mistake. And even if he does make a mistake, managers can say, you know what, it's a mistake, it's a blip. Because guess what, De Gea's made a whole bunch of mistakes and he's going to get lodged. So
the thing is, with his wages, that's the problem. I don't know how or who's going to take him. Like, I think we'll have to pay him off because he's the highest paid. He might just say, I'm chilling.
Chill. I don't mind that. Chill, just be
about the wages, man. I think we need to get that off, man, because it's too high, bro. Was it 375? I think
I don't know what Spain decided to give him 375. I don't care if he's been
not 375, Jerry. Is that more?
Or 350?
But it's more than 300. That's madness for a keeper. That's madness.
He's probably on that 2.
No, he's over 3, bro. I'm telling you. He's him and Aubameyang. I think they're the two highest.
There's no.
That's madness. I don't. Who like in their right mind did that? I don't know.
Well, that was the price we had to pay if we wanted to keep him, because I remember that time his contract was running out. I think he's got 2 years left on his contract. Obviously he's got a child now.
I would have let him go.
Yeah. Yeah, Henderson De Gea, we'll see, man. We'll see what Oli does. Obviously today in the presser he wasn't giving anything away, but it seems that Henderson's gonna continue in goal. So we'll see how that pans out. The next thing as well, Rashford. Today it was confirmed he is traveling, because obviously the last game he hobbled off. We didn't know if it was going to be serious. He's with the squad now. Do we play him? I know it's Granada, but it's a quarterfinal. Do we play him, or do we just let him have a rest for this? Like, Rashford's one of our important players, got bare goals this season, assists. Jesse, what are you thinking about Rashford, man? Because he's been playing through injury this whole season, and it's going to come a time where injury's going to come where that's it. Look at Martial; he's out for whenever. I don't know how long. Probably the season. How are you feeling about Rashford and how we're managing him?
It's sad because, as you just said, Martial's also out for. I've heard the press.
Yeah.
He's out for. He could be out for the rest of the season. He probably is. And when Rashford doesn't play, you can see the difference when we play. So I'm looking at this game. Of course, we don't need Rashford to beat Granada, but knowing this team, we need Rashford. Like we shouldn't need him, but our chances of us winning will not be high without Rashford. You get what I'm saying? So I thought he also said that Rashford won't play the full 90 minutes.
Yeah, he said that as well. Yeah.
What I will do is, listen, United kill the tie in the first half, be 2-0 up or 3-0. Like, I'll give him 60 minutes tomorrow. Like, if we're 2-0, 3-0 up, and then take him off and then rest him for Tottenham on Sunday.
Yeah, I think with Oli, I got some of his quotes here. He said, "I don't pick players when we know there's a risk." I struggle to believe that, because everyone knew Rashford. What game was it? There was one game we just knew he was injured, and he still came on and he was starting, and then he went away with England, and they've called him straight back. It was just like, this guy needs a proper rest, man. Like, if he's not careful, he's going to end up like Rooney and them, man, where it gets to 28, 29, then he has to drop deep and be one of those players that the pace is gone, the aggressiveness is gone. Jack, what do you think, man? Because Rashford, important player, always involved, gets the goals, gets the assists, but we need to be careful with the game coming thick and fast. So what are you doing? Are you starting him, or give him the rest if we need to bring him on, we bring him on for the last 30, or what are you doing?
Well, you know me, I've always maintained the fact that, as the football club is made up of managers, players, and staff. And it's the staff that are supposed to be able to tell. And Rashford
he said that the medical stuff as well. He said he goes.
Yeah, they're supposed to give you the real truth as to what's going on. Is Rashford capable of playing tomorrow? Is it just a knock? What is it really? What is the real thing that's happening? We can sit here and speculate that he's playing with injury. That's one thing. We don't know. We don't know how injured it is. It could just be a knock. I mean, we've all played football with a knock before. And for someone like me, I've played football with a knock for years. So for me, I would want to know what the actual medical staff say. And if it's even 50-50, I would prefer to not start him tomorrow, but to have him as ammunition, because it's the most optimal thing to do. I don't think we necessarily need him to beat Granada, and I'll test that theory for the first half to see how that comes to light. And if we're struggling to beat them, then he can come on. If we're not, then obviously we've made a good decision to rest him. Everyone wins apart from Grenada. So that's what I'll do. But I really do want the medical staff and himself to be honest and say how they feel.
He said that he says he actually listens to what Rashford says, because even in the last game, if Rashford didn't tell him that his foot was too sore to continue, he would have played the 90.
Exactly.
And then Rashford said, "Yeah, I need to come off." And
I've been saying this for a while. It's like, because obviously, the only hunters will say things like, "Why is he playing an injured player?" That's, well, you're the player. You're the one who knows your body. No one's inside your body to tell you how you feel. And then secondly, the medical stuff. You have to speak up and say, "I feel injured. I need to come off."
yeah. Next topic, we're gonna get into starting lineups very soon, but yeah, man, squad rotation, or do we go full strength in this? Because people, like I said, Granada, we're taking them lightly, kind of, but we got Spurs on Sunday, and then we got Granada again on the Thursday, the return leg. So, do we go full strength, or do we make a few changes? Jesse, what are you saying, man? What's your lineup for tomorrow?
We go full strength. We
Yeah.
go plain and simple. Is the first leg. We're away as well, so it's a beast for us to be away first, so we can like the away goals. You get what I'm saying? So my lineup, yeah.
Yeah.
Dean Henderson and goal, and then I'll go OC Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then Maguire, Lindelof, and Shaw.
Yeah, Bailly is actually stuck in Ivory Coast. He tested positive for COVID, so he needs to get a negative test before he can even fly back. So we ain't gonna be seeing him. So yeah, Maguire, Lindelof, and Shaw. You said
Yeah.
midfield.
Build, I'll go Pogba, Bruno, and I'll start the same midfield I started against Brighton, Fred,
Yeah,
and Rashford, Cavani, Greenwood.
that's
Kill the
required.
tie. I believe that team should kill the tie in the first half, man.
Yeah,
Well, first 60 minutes, yeah.
that's basically our strongest team. I think that you've just named there. Over to you, Jax. Any changes, or you're going the same full strength?
I'm making one change. I'm bringing in Matic to play instead of Fred. And obviously,
So you're gonna start Rush. I thought you said you're gonna.
no, I was about to say that. And then I'm gonna drop Rashford. And I will start. James on the left.
Okay.
So
Oh yeah,
Matic.
I forgot to say the return of Mata. So Mata's actually travelled with the team. So does that change any of your lineups? Because Mata is a big
Mata.
risk to have him back because his mum sadly passed away and he was not available for the team for quite a few weeks. But yeah, he's back. He's travelled. What are you lot saying, man? Mata or
But it all
Go on, Jesse.
it all depends how fit Rashford is. Do you get it? Because if he's not like if he can play, then he can play because he's one of our best players, and the way we play, we rely on him majority of the time. Him and Bruno on the left hand side.
yeah.
And like if Rashford's not playing, I would actually change the formation. I'll actually change the formation and play either Diamond or
Ugh.
or or like because James and Shaw, nothing happens there. There's no real like attacking threat without Rashford and Shaw. If Shaw is linked up with Martial or James, it's just not the same. Like nothing happens on the left really. So yeah, yeah, that's how I feel.
No one's mentioned my guy, Donny van der Beek. Is this not a game for him?
It's not
Like,
time to be testing stuff.
No, see that. Yeah, it's not time to be testing
no,
stuff.
but he's capable. It's
No,
Granada.
but it's still testing stuff. He's capable by playing it safe a million times. He hasn't proven that he deserves to start this game. So no. Not the quarterfinals. No.
And wait, and first things first, to play where?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he came on last game. I watched Match of the Day. They showed his movement for
He's a
the
good footballer.
Greenwood goal. Like
My problem with him is that he doesn't drive with the ball. He doesn't shoot. He doesn't.
yeah, that's not him.
That's the thing, and we need that. I'm
Yeah,
not a good footballer. We all know this. That's why he's probably better to play much deeper because he can, as you said, we're trying to play up from the back. He keeps the ball well, which I like very much. But that's the thing. That's the only position I could see him playing. But we can't play Pogba, Van de Beek, and Bruno. We will get, the midfield. There'll be a lot of spaces, so there's just no space for him.
let me be devil's advocate. Obviously, we don't advocate for the devil and that, but
Not at all. Not at all.
we are called the Red Devils, but it is what it is. Does Pogba really need to play this game? Because he literally
Listen. We're not a team where we could be resting.
You've mentioned Pogba. This guy's gonna switch.
exactly he's gone off. Look, I'm just
Mm.
suggesting he's just come back from injury. People forget that, and he's played a lot of games. Obviously, he went away with France, played all their games. He's come back straight in Brighton. Then we got. I think we need to. I don't know, man.
Though I'm talking about in general, like we this is a quarter final, like
Yeah.
as this is a quarter. If it was like around the 32, around 60, then maybe yeah. But I know it's against Granada, but it's a quarter final. We have to kill that tie. Like knowing this team, just the way we played it as well. Like we need our best players to produce a good performance against Granada, especially if it's a dead team, which they'll probably will sit back. We need our best players to break them down. Pogba, and you can't drop Pogba.
Pogba's one of those players that
Yeah,
I'll play in any.
He's not that guy. If it was similar to Bruno and Pogba, then maybe yeah, but he's not that guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I was saying Pogba's the kind of player that I would want to play in the final stages of a cup competition. I think he's one of his weaknesses, in my opinion, is his volatility mindset. I think some games he takes it too lightly, and in some games he gets really excited and he plays really well. And I think when it comes to like quarterfinals, semi-finals, finals, that's when Pogba will come to light. So I would definitely play him, and his personality will suit, and his leadership skills.
Yeah, and obviously we have to talk about it, Oli. I mean, this season it's been a tough season when we think about it, but I've had a lot of thinking to do, and as a whole, when I think about this club, the board, the players we have, and then with the coach we have, in all, it makes it's not I'm flip flopping, but when I analyze properly, because emotions run high when we're losing and we're not scoring, and there's pros and then there's cons, and right now, when we look at Ollie's tenure and the team we have, he's done a decent job. I can't take that away from him, because I remember when he first came, it was negative, fam. Like I remember Jose, that preseason, he was just chatting, like it was just toxic. I was thinking, I don't even want the season to start. I remember, what was the first game? I think that's when Luke Shaw scored. But even that, I didn't even feel like. And then obviously Oli came, was all smiling, the good vibes, as people will say. He was playing great football, scoring goals. He was in the touching distance of the top four. Unfortunately, we didn't get it. And then the next season, obviously, you got his signings, Maguire, Ramsaka, and whatever. We finished third. And yeah, this season, we thought, let's kick on. We're currently second. But then we look at the other stuff, where the Champions League, the semi-finals again, all that stuff. And then I know, like Jackson said many times, this new generation, is true that we always straight to the manager. And I was thinking, because when it's not like I've had a light bulb switch, but it's actually, like I've said in other groups, because in United Team Talk, I try to not try to, but I'm always Oli. In other groups, I try to bring balance
it out.
Yeah, balance, like what Jax does with us in here. So, like even yesterday, the Liverpool goal that they conceded, like that's Trent. Like you can't blame
the manager
and Nat Phillips. Like even the Tuchel thing on Saturday, when Thiago Silva gets sent off, and Gabriel for Arsenal, when he like, that can't be a manager.
No, it can't.
No. That don't make sense. Like obviously people say he picks them and that, but these players, I'm on them, because you lot are grown men. Like you can't. Like you have to look at yourselves. Like,
I'm glad the light has switched on, because this is what I've been trying to drive down into people. It is this new generation, because I told people, take away your emotions and just look at the football.
Yeah.
How can you blame a manager? Provides you with the platform to do what you can do best. So it provides you with a formation. It provides you with obviously this coaching, which is the staff, which is the whole thing. And then they set you the standards, and then once she's done that, is giving you instructions. It's then up to you, the 11 man on the pitch, to perform. And what we watch is mainly the players. We don't watch the manager. We're watching the players. So how people can blame whenever a team loses, everyone has to take some responsibility. But why the manager takes the most responsibility, or why as soon as the team loses, they go straight to the manager in this current generation of football, I just find it really hard to understand. It's like, are you not watching the football?
Yeah.
Football, there's a lot of thin margins in football. There's a lot of thin margins, and those margins are not usually, because of the manager. It's usually because a player, on the negative side made a mistake, or on a positive side, a player played a very good ball. It wasn't because of Pep that Kevin De Bruyne can play a through ball that splits a defense. That's not. Yes, he can coach them, but Kevin De Bruyne will still play that pass.
You know what? It to me isn't. To me is more. It's it's
Think
more the
about
more the
yeah.
play because
Jesse, can I say something? I just want to finish quickly. I was going to say something very quickly, right? There are some things that is obviously the manager. Do you know what I'm saying? So, for example, and this is what I tell people, I'm not here to be Ole's bodyguard, even though I've been given a title. But if you guys recall when we went out the Champions League, I was ready for Ole to leave because I was so angry because he made an obvious mistake as a manager, by keeping Fred on. When it's so obvious like that, then it's clearly the manager, because he had the power to say, Fred, you were on a yellow. I know my players. You are a player that likes to get stuck in, and you're on a yellow. This is too risky. Come off. In that respect, it is the manager, right? But when Maguire is getting left for dead, and Lindelof is can't head the ball, and what Misaka is not defensively aware, and De Gea's making mistakes, how can you blame that solely on the manager?
Yeah. Yeah. Go on, Jesse. You're saying.
yeah, to me it's more of the players. We like for example, there's many examples in the season that, as Jack said, with the obvious things that I've always said as well, with the lineups, with his decision he makes by starting some of these players. Yeah, that's obviously him. Like for example, um the semi-finals. Let's look at the semi-finals. Yeah.
Wait. Before you go, because I said this as well.
Yeah,
Wait.
Let him
Sorry,
go,
sorry,
man.
sorry, sorry. Because everyone, even I've done it. Everyone says Oli has lost all these semi-finals. Yesterday, I clocked. These players do they have the mentality to get over the line? Like,
The thing is, why we said Oli, this is
yeah,
where I get
yeah,
really annoyed, Jerry. This is
yeah,
why I get really annoyed, and I become Ole's bodyguard. Why are we saying Ole lost three
yeah,
semi-finals?
yeah.
No,
The
Manchester
team,
United,
the
the
club, yeah,
team has lost three semi-finals. So that's not just Ole. That's what are the players play doing? Why can't, even if you had a really bad manager, you're still 11 men on the pitch. Can you not ramp up yourself to get excited enough and willing enough to play your best to win? How can that be Ole lost three semis? No, you the team. I don't trust the team. So when you not say I don't trust Ole, I don't trust this team. That's what I say. I don't
yeah.
trust the
But
team.
that Oli, he's part of it. So
Of
when we
course,
talk
he's
about it,
definitely part of it. He's definitely
it
part
should
of
be
it.
both of them. But
Yeah.
Jesse, go on, finish your point. Yeah, go on.
So, yeah. When I look at the semi-finals now, the ones as Jack's the obvious ones to me, it's the FA Cups. Not even the Carabao Cups. Is the FA Cups one. For example, the Leicester and the Chelsea one. Obviously, the recent one we just got knocked out with, to me is definitely 50-50. As you said, like Fred doing that pass is not Ollie's fault. To passing it back, like I don't know what he's doing there. But making so much changes is Ollie's fault. Like he's done it. He done it against Chelsea as well, making these changes, and we didn't end up winning the game. So I feel as you said, Jay, as well, with obviously the progress, and he's just letting the trophy just slide by. Yeah, that you're kind of trying to say I told you so. You get it, but it's not all his fault. Like the players, in my opinion, these players are not good enough.
It's
Some of these,
true.
No, I think we
some of the
overrate these
players,
players.
I'll get rid of
I
these players.
genuinely So I genuinely believe that people overrate Manchester United's players.
Yes.
You know,
We do.
I like if you go individually player for player, are they really as good as people?
It's true. We
make
say
it seem?
squad depth. We say
Squad
squad depth.
depth where?
But then when you look at the defense,
Exactly.
it's
Like
trash.
people still talk about Tottenham. People talk about Leicester, and I say you go one by one. They match us quite closely, very closely. You know, it's because when people think of Man United, they think of immediately the brands. So they think of like Pogba, and when a team's got a player like Pogba, is like, oh my god, they must have a great team. They got Van de Beek, they got Bruno, but then I'm like, okay, but you know Greenwood, like everyone likes him because he played well for a quarter of a season last season. Greenwood is still a flipping 18-year-old that just came into the squad.
Yeah.
Rashford is still just 23 or 24. Cavani's 35. Like, these are just names and brands that people recognize, but are they really as good as people make it seem? I don't think so.
I know. I think people just think that you see City and their squad depth is mad. Like their squad depth is just much better than everyone else's, and then they probably look to us. And in terms of squad depth, they probably look to us next. That is why. But in terms of the starting lineup and everything, you know what it is. They should be good, but they're not. They're not.
Yeah, that's the thing with the players we have. I
They
get
should be.
it that they're not great, but we should be playing better than we are with the players we have in an attacking sense. Because defensively, even defensively, if you telling
And
me,
Jerry, my question is, who are they? Pogba and Bruno, or who?
Martial, yeah, the player again. He should,
but again, is Martial a striker because he's been playing up front? Does he play on the left? Is Rashford a striker? Does he play on the left?
Martial, Rashford, yeah.
Can both of them play together?
Yeah, but here's a question from Big Run. He says, "Are players born or made?" So, nature versus nurture.
You've got a gift. You got gifts, and then you've got talent, and then you've got potential. Some football players are gifted, right? When I say gifted, they are the ones that come and they become worlds. They don't even have to work too hard, but they are Messi, you know, these kind of players, they're gifted. And then you've got players that just have potential. And I think Man United have a lot of players that have potential. Like Rashford, for me, is still potential. He's a good player, but he's still potential. Greenwood was gifted, but he hasn't allowed that gift to manifest yet. He's too young. He hasn't really manifested yet. You know, and I think that's the issue. The only players that I see that are gifted and probably manifesting to some extent is probably just Pogba. And even then, Pogba is 50-50.
Another comment from Big One. Shout out to Big One, always supporting. He says, "It's a team game. The whole team is greater than some of its parts. So look at Leicester when they won the league, Greece when they won the Euros. You don't need 11 world class players." So I think that rebuttals the players' argument. So with our team, there can be a way where we can win the league if we have a structured. There's another way of winning stuff, basically. So when we say players, I get it, but like with
any team can let me to answer Big Ron, any team can win the league with that respect, right? But my comment is about longevity. Any team could win it once. I'm sure Tottenham could have won the league this season. I'm sure Leicester could have won the league this season. Man United could have won the league this season. All of these teams could have won the league, but would we have been able to even challenge the next season? I doubt it. And that's what I don't want for Man United. I know people want instant gratification, but I think what I don't want is like Conte comes in, wins the league once, we're all excited, and then boom, we're back to square one again the next season. That's what I don't want. And that's why I've always preached, I want to see progress. I want to see steps forward. Yes, we finished third last season. Let's finish second this season and hopefully win a trophy. And then next season, see how we can move forward. That's what I want to see.
Because next year, I'm intrigued to see how we move forward. If obviously the season ain't done, let's hopefully win the Europa League, finish second.
That's a great season, I think. That's a very good progressive season. I think we forget where we were just a few, like, we were 12th or 6th.
Great is, I think that word great is a bit...
Okay, not great then. Not great, but it's a good season. For Man United to go from third and nothing, right, to second and a trophy.
Only
That's 2 steps. That's 2 steps forward.
got knocked out of the Champions League.
Yeah, see, the cons is that's what's
Yeah,
making
the cons bring us back, and I heard that, and I'm with that. But the reason why that doesn't hurt me so much is because I don't think we're going to win the Champions League anyway. So if anything, the fact that we've actually been kicked out of the Champions League should serve us so that we can win the Europa. If anything, it's probably a blessing.
Yeah, but then
It's
next
a blessing.
year, when the Champions League, then
No,
how,
next year is
how
a different. Next year, that's what I'm talking about. Steps forward. Next year is not about Europa League. This year it could be about Europa League, but next year we have to be in the Champions League and get to at least the semis, I think, or quarters at least.
Yeah, but we wasn't in the Europa League at the start, so I know winning it is success, but we had to drop out of it. That's a huge L.
And then bounce back up and go up.
This season, probably to win. Listen, we wasn't going to win trophies. We wasn't going to win more than one trophy this season.
No, stop there because we was in
But
the semi.
we could have, but that's
yeah, we could have.
I know what you're saying. Anyone
the aim,
could have.
right?
Anyone
That
could
was
have.
the aim, right?
Was it really the aim?
Yeah,
We're building. Remember, Man United are still a team in transition.
Yes,
I keep saying that. Like we're not. Our team is not set in stone yet. Like it's not. Yeah. We've got a lot of new players. We've got Maguire, and Wan-Bissaka, and who else? Has that back three even played together for long?
They haven't
even played each other for long. You know, I know we've got this Fred guy who's only made it back into the team. We've got Cavani who's just like the team is still not set in stone. So for us to go ahead and comfortably win trophies and that kind of stuff, I think that's just wishful thinking. I don't think that was. It could have happened. Like anything could have won, but I don't think it was going to happen. I didn't think it was going to happen. For me, if you said to me at the beginning of the season, Man United were gonna finish second and win the Europa League, I would have said, you know what, I would take that. But then again, the next season, I want to see another step forward. That's what I look for.
That's what. Why are you saying we was never going to win? That's why I said more than one trophy. We probably wouldn't have won a trophy, but not more than one trophy. That's what I'm saying. For example, Premier League.
Yeah, to go from 0 trophies to trophies.
Yeah, but the fair is
it's possible, but not realistic.
It was not Jerry. Now Jerry, listen, we was never going to win Premier League. First, take that out of the way. Champions League, we was never going to win Champions League. So you're left with FA Cup and a
wait. No, pause there. There.
Be realistic, though, Jerry.
Be realistic because the way you're dismissing is the mentality again. I know we was first and people said we wasn't going to win the league anyway. For them to
cool. Let's just put it like this: the objective wasn't to win the Premier League. The objective wasn't to win the Champions League. Now you're left with the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. The objective this season, in my opinion, was to win one of the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup
and finish top 4.
Okay, cool. But like I said, you said the objective. Second, no one here predicted second. Did we?
That's what I'm saying. It's a good season. That's what I'm saying. It's a good season.
Yeah,
that's what I said. Yeah, exactly. So with us being top of the league, why couldn't we the mentality shift that for us to capitulate the way we did? For me, it was too it was worrying signs, man, because
I think
it was too much. It was too the drop was just whoa.
But that's because we were overachieving then. You know, that's the thing. You know, it happens just like City were underachieving in the beginning of the season. It happens. When you've got a team like City who's got a manager who's been there for 3 years, one of the best coaches of all time, and you've got players that are already established, they were underachieving in the beginning of the season. They were underachieving. So it's no surprise to me that they're on top. Now, what is annoying for me and frustrating and is surprising is the fact that the gap is so wide. It shouldn't have been so wide.
Yeah.
And that's because we did capitulate. But I'm not surprised that City overtook us. That I'm never gonna lie to you.
I'm not surprised. I was scared because they had games in hand. I was thinking,
games in hand.
Let's be thereabouts. Like, surely the games we lost, like Sheffield, West Brom,
but the Sheffield one,
right?
It. I said that's it. It's done. I told you that day.
We went through a bad patch, and that bad patch cost us. But again, a lot of teams have gone through bad patches.
Yeah, it's true.
A bad patch at that wrong time where we
City went through a bad patch. It's just that they've had a very, very great patch. Do you know what I mean?
Big Ron says it's been a strange season. Last year our strikers were on fire. This season the strikers have scored less, but we have more points and a better league position. Yeah, it's confusing, man.
I've explained that already. You know why? I said because this season I think when we first started the season, I think what very quickly manifested was the defense was really struggling on the one-on-one situations. If you remember very well, Maguire started the season very badly. Maguire, people saying that something happened in Greece is still affecting him or something like that.
Yeah.
So what the manager done is he had to protect the back four. And he protected the back four. And fortunately or unfortunately, he has gone with that for the whole season. And that's why he had to play both Fred and Scott McTominay. As much as people say we don't play great football, and I tried to say this in one episode, but I don't think people were really listening. What I was trying to say is it's working. It's not great to watch. It's not great performances, but we are winning games and we were winning games. And so is he really supposed to change something that is working to try something just so we can play better football?
You say it's working. I don't think
it was working compared to how we was getting banged in the beginning of the season.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say. We were getting banged. People said we look tired. Maguire was getting exposed.
Yeah, but even when Scott and Fred play, sometimes I don't think they do a good job protecting the back four.
They do a better job. They mitigate risk. That's all it is. And I'm sad because I think what kills it is the fact that we desperately need a DM with legs. Because Matic was the one that I think is supposed to be starting. He's the best DM in the club, but he hasn't got legs. And so by playing him and then playing Maguire, look at that. That's zero legs.
Yeah. United.
We need to recruit a DM. We need to recruit.
He says Maguire. Yeah, go on.
So I was going to say we need to recruit a DM who has Fred's tenacity and legs with Matic's defensive ability. That's what we really need. And a player that can actually play football and get the passes in between the lines. A lot of what we say is, we don't create, we don't have a point of attack. But actually, the truth of the matter is, I think a lot of that even starts from the defense. We don't have that that DM or deep line midfielder who can get the ball forward quick enough. Our DMs, Scott and Fred, can only go sideways. I mean, when you're going sideways, it's so easy to defend if all the teams just sits back. So we need that midfielder that can play those Thiago, Carrick type of passes into the midfield.
Yeah, this season it's been like even when we're negative from a cussing, I always think it could be worse. Like, look at Arsenal, man. Like 9th, 10th is peak.
I'm on you for that because I was telling you. You were saying, look at Arteta, he just started, he won a trophy. I said, brother, all right, good for him, he done well, but that don't mean much. It means he won a trophy. Don't mean much for the next season. That don't mean much. People were saying, I think Azra was saying, I can see what Arteta is doing. Rude boy, you're just saying that for the sake of arguing about systems. No, that system, what has the system done for Arsenal? Were they in the league?
Yeah.
Exactly. And even Chelsea, what's happening to Chelsea?
But the thing is, with the
what's happening to Tottenham with Jose? We with Ole are second in the league.
The consensus with fans is that can he
take us to the next level?
Yeah, shout out to Usman. I was in the stream and he was saying if Ole can't win this Europa League with the route that we have, like we're the favourites to win this competition. If he can't win it this year, can he actually win us a trophy? Like, because
he can't.
Can Poch win a trophy?
To me, it's the
no. I want Joe to answer that. Can Poch win a trophy?
What, this season?
Any season?
No, because you were saying because we got Granada, and then if we go through, we got
Jerry. There's been easier routes to success for bigger clubs, and they've still failed.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't fully just base it down on can we win the league this season with how easy bro, football, it's like when I talk to fans now, I think they forget what football actually is. It's a game, it's a sport. Anything can go on, anything can happen. Like you could get a red card and then the whole game changes.
That's what I said. It depends.
People can make a mistake and the whole game changes.
Depends how the game pans out. Like you can't just say it's straightforward like that. But
people are so weird. Like
people think like even this game, we're all saying like, what if we lose?
What if we get a red card in the beginning, first 5 minutes, red card? What if?
Yeah, but if we lose, it's peak, man.
Listen, if we do get to the semi-final, which I think we will, as you know, it's even when I watched the press conference with Oli, like all the interview at the start of the game before the like for example, like Sevilla, Sevilla and the Carabao Cup. He even says it himself, up to the players to see if they perform this, that at that level. And then you're just like, if I'm part of that team, I'm thinking, like, guys, listen, I want to see you guys give 100%. This is that. Listen, if we have lost the game, and it's a thing where we didn't deserve to lose, and we actually gave it our all, then you'll be like, fine, yeah.
Then it's
But the
football.
losses we were losing, like, I think the mistakes, like, what are you guys doing? Like, to me, it's the players. I'm sorry, like, you as a human being, you're in a set. Let's say we get to the semi-final. If we get Ajax or Roma, if I don't see no fight, no passion, no nothing, and you're not just playing casually,
This is it.
sorry.
Yeah, but then you can say if he plays Scott and Fred again, like we're gonna expect to see that same football of sit back and you know that football that we don't like seeing.
If it
Like,
works, then I like seeing it. If it works, that's
yeah, but
what
like
comes
the
down to.
Brighton game, we won the game, but even after we was like I don't know.
But we won, and Chelsea lost 5-2 with their systems and attack and all that stuff.
Yeah, but
They
like
lost
we said,
5-2.
is that sustainable to
Is that sustainable? For this season, you got to do what you can for what we have right now. This is what I'm saying. You make optimal decisions based on what you have right now, right? And I wouldn't want to see that next season. Next season, I'd be very annoyed if I saw Square and Fred starting games. I'll be extremely annoyed. That's why I'm so big on getting a DM, because I think that's our issue. I think we've forgone one thing for another. I don't want to see that next season. But for this season, as long as it's working, we don't need to change it. If it's working, even if it doesn't look pretty, it works, and you win games that way. And that's how Jose Mourinho has won trophies all his career.
Yeah, but it's like we're scraping through games. Like,
As long as we don't lose. And you know what? Man United over 2 legs against most teams will go through. If you analyze all our games, right? Any team that we've played twice, maybe if you did the maths, I'm just kind of projecting this. If you did the maths, I would suggest that most games, if you did it over 2 games, we probably go through. Even against the top teams. In Champions League, against PSG, against Leipzig, we beat them and then we lost. So over 2 legs, I do trust Man United. But one game, I don't know about one game.
yeah, I'll be interested to see how we played next year, man. Because like I said, this year and last year is kind of similar to like we need to there needs to be the next step of how we progress, of how we play. Because obviously that contributes to the right players, and I hope that the boards, we got the new director, Fletcher's going to be in the meetings. I hope they can identify the players we need and get them over the line. Because with the Euros, you know it's going to be a long summer where there's just going to be bear dragging and all that stuff. So I hope, yeah, we get the DM that we need, and the for me is DM and right wing. Obviously, centre back. People say like Maguire. We had a thing with Maguire. He's
done well this season. I'll hold up. I think he started the season really bad, and his obvious weakness came to light. But as the season's progressed, he's shown that he's a decent centre back.
No, I don't want to hear no excuses. I want to see 4 signings minimum. I don't care.
What's the 4?
This players, fam, yeah, but acting like it's impossible. This
it is. It's a COVID stricken.
It's
a COVID stricken summer. I don't expect 4. I'm sorry. I expect 2.
Where the problem lies. This is why we will always be in this predicament. This is why we want progress, because Oli needs the ball to back him. If Oli
I don't think we need stars per se. I'm just reading the comment. We need a specialist CDM like Jax is saying, but who do we get? But who we get will shape the season. Did Bissouma? I told you guys about Bissouma a long time ago, but I think Ricky was saying he's not a DM, he's a number 8 or something. I've watched that guy. I think the first game I watched of the season was probably Reading. I remember I was watching Lamptey. Sorry, not Reading, Brighton. I was like, this guy, I can spot a good player when I see him. And I was like, I like him. He's a good footballer. I like good footballers. That's what we need. Players that are comfortable on the ball. And we don't have that in the DM position at Man United. And the one we do is Matic, who hasn't got the legs.
So do you guys think if Oli does get the players, like I know we'll get into when the season starts about preseason previews and that, but
can we win?
Do you see the team with Oli in charge can be title challenge? Because obviously if we finish second and we go on with the progress as we keep saying, next year will have to be the title charge, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, look, most people will say no because it's Oli. But what I'm doing and why I'm a bit different from other people is I try and take away my conscious and subconscious bias about him just being Ole and say, okay, he's Ole, but what has he actually done? You know, what has he actually done? Where have we actually finished? And the only thing we can look at is first season, as you guys were saying, finished 6th. coming halfway through the season, then finishing third in his first full season. Then if we finish second and win a trophy this season, what I can see is trajectories. I can see a pattern. I can see that actually we're moving forward. So the next step is for that, regardless of who the manager is. But I do think the players are extremely important to whether we can be successful or not. And regardless of what manager we had, even if it was Alex Ferguson again, even if we had Ancelotti, Brendan, who are two amazing managers, we've still got Pep and Klopp to deal with next season. So I can't say with a high level of confidence that we will definitely win the league next season because it's still a hard league to win. Leicester can do something next season, possibly. It's still a hard league.
Jesse, yeah, go on.
Bruno,
Even Tottenham. Sorry, go on.
Let's forget about even before Bruno came. Look at if we can get signings the way Bruno impacted this team because he's a top scorer, and top assist in everything. So if
look
we
at
can
the change.
If we can get that in a CGM doing their positions very well, doing their jobs all the time, and for right wing and for a centre back, and we can bring back Dallo, we'll definitely improve next season. To win the league, we might have a chance, a greater chance this season.
But do you think we can?
Phrase. Anyone can. Leicester can. Tottenham can. Man United can. Liverpool can. Anyone can win the league in the top. Top five.
The sticking feel, like I said, it's gonna be with the players even can Oli
because there's Ole.
Yeah, that's why I said you said it before. Ollie's in a lose-lose, so that's why people are so apprehensive.
When people talk, I don't always hear it because I know where they're talking from. They're talking from their biases. They're already looking for an excuse before a manager's picked. When Jose came, the excuse of him being defensive was already established in people. So the fact that what's his name, Van Gaal played tactical, philosophical football was already established in people's subconscious. So as soon as anything goes wrong, they look for these things to talk about. So I knew Ole was going to get it because he's got the obvious. He's Ole, of course, he's going to get it. As soon as something doesn't go wrong, it's going to get Ole. But I don't care about that. What I care about is what I see on the pitch, what I see results wise. That's all I care about. And if I can see him progressing, and I can say that actually the most important thing from what I've seen is the way the players perform on the pitch. I think with the right players, we can definitely challenge. And as Jesse just said, if we can have players that impact the team the same way Bruno has impacted the team, right? Bruno is one player, but look at the big difference he's brought to the team. If we can get one, maybe two of those, of course we can. If we finish second and win the league, so if we finish second and win the Europa League, and we get a player like that impacts United, like Bruno had impacted United, then logically, of course, you can challenge. Of course.
Okay, looks like we've come to the end of the show. Oh, sorry, just you're on mute. You was gonna say something, go on.
For example, Sancho came to United.
Keep it short. We're gonna try and wrap up under an hour.
For Rose, I win it.
Yeah.
Let's say Sancho came to United, made a big impact on the right hand side. A DM that makes a great impact. Listen, that changes the way you play.
Yeah.
And you can rely on those players as well because there's not much players we can rely on with this team right now, apart from Bruno and Rashford, and maybe Pogba, and that's it. So yeah, we need another 4 players in my opinion, and then I could say we can definitely win the league or challenge for the league.
Yeah, before we get to that, obviously there's a big game tomorrow, like we kind of forgot. But just gonna ask you a lot about your predictions. Give me your scoreline. Jesse, what you say, man? What's your score for tomorrow?
Could be any scoreline. I'm gonna say 3-0. I think we win 3-0. I don't see us scoring more than 4 goals. I mean 4 goals. So I could see us scoring 3-0 or 3-1.
I like that calling that big run. I'll take Grealish all day, every day, every day, all day, every day.
That Mings. I'm sorry.
Mings. I didn't see that. I didn't see Mings. I'm sorry. I don't want that Mings.
Yeah. What do you think about Konsa? Obviously, the other centre back of Villa, because I think he's getting. I think England should be looking at him, not Tyrone Mings. Like Mings, to me, he's crap.
He's dead.
He's all right. He's not crap, but he's overrated. He's definitely overrated.
How's he in the England team? How?
It's because he's tall, he's strong, he's fast, and England.
Boy, Smalling, you know.
Isn't it? How's that? Come on.
Smalling's better than all of them. I'm telling you that for sure. But he's rubbish on the ball. So.
But Jax, your scoreline for tomorrow?
2-0. 2-0.
Yeah, for me, like Jesse said earlier, I'm a bit nervous. I don't see us. It depends if we get the first goal early, and then we can do a Sociedad on them because we slapped Sociedad. They were even a harder team in the Spanish league. So for me, right now, I'm feeling 1-0. But if we go strong, I see another 4-0. I can't lie. Yeah, I think we'll just get the job done.
You know, it all depends though because Real Sociedad did come out and
yeah, they flopped. I remember that game.
I told you, look, the systems. They have systems.
Best spaces for us.
Yeah.
It should even been more than 4. I remember Rashford missed like 2 1-on-1s and that.
Yeah.
So if they do sit back, we'll probably win that 2-0.
Yeah.
3-0, yeah.
But yeah, man, let's wrap it up there. Obviously, guys, before we go, we're gonna be back straight after the game tomorrow night. So make sure you're subscribed for that. Put your notification bell on so you know we go live. We obviously got a preview on Friday for the Tottenham game. Big game on Sunday. Looking forward to that. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how we perform tomorrow because I think everyone's gonna be looking at the performance, thinking that we've got the win. So just a last comment from Big Ron. He says we can give Villa Axel Tuanzebe. Yeah, that's true because he did play there on loan. So yeah,
That's a shout.
Tuanzebe is a big shout.
I really want to see more of Tuanzebe.
Yeah, I mean this year has been tough for him because he's made a kind of
he made a couple mistakes. The player, you see, that player's made a few mistakes.
But yeah, guys, gonna wrap up there. And shout out to West, the United Way, always supporting me. Says well done on. It's not my channel, it's our channel. Yeah, it's our channel. I know I'm hosting on that, but we're doing this all together. But yeah, man,
Jesse will host the next show. Jesse will host the next show.
Yeah, Jesse will host.
I can host easily.
Hi guys.
But yeah, we're gonna wrap up there. Like I said, tomorrow we'll be live, so make sure you come back for that. Friday, the preview. Sunday, we'll watch the game and whatnot. And yeah, tonight Champions League we'll be watching closely. I mean, shout out to West. He says Jesse, he wants to see you host. Listen, that would be blockbuster. So we're gonna wrap up there. So guys, make sure you subscribe and smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.